Jack here, JB of Music and Guitar Lessons. In this quick guitar tricks I'm looking at Mateus Asato's pentatonic runs, mainly focusing on his fast 2-note per string licks. First off, I'll explain the basic mechanics behind the technique, look at some licks and throw in a few examples, some ways to expand on it and integrate in other ideas which you can hopefully assimilate into your own playing, soloing and improvising. If the licks are a bit fast, just use the cog down at the bottom to slow it down. I use that all the time, it's a fantastic tool. These examples are in C# minor, I'll link to some jam tracks up there. Right, the basic idea is to run up one pentatonic box, then shift position and go back down another. Part of what makes this sound interesting is it starts on a less common pentatonic box. He also gets some amount of speed on it, which breathes a real new lease of life into what is arguably a bit of a tired scale. To get it flowing, ideally with some palm muting, you want to start in a downstroke and rotate your forearm so the pick stays pointed up like this, aka downward pick slanting. For more details, have a rummage around on Troy Grady's YouTube channel. So let's just go through it. This 2-note per string thing can be a bit tricky, a bit of compression will help smooth it out. It took me quite a while to grasp. In the process, however, I made some exercises which I'll share with you just now. This will help you get used to switching between the string groups. And the same thing going back down. The next step is to get it more fluid, so try going between bigger string groups, like this. And all the way. Same thing going back down. And all of them together. Also consider chunking the lick, thinking of it as smaller bits, so instead of having to think about every note or the thing as a whole, I'm just really focusing on these two notes. All I'm really thinking is down, down. Now you can try different places to chunk, but this is just the one that worked best for me. On a side note, if you want some more varied Mateus Asato licks, there's a lesson up on the top right there. But for now, let's just focus on making that run a bit more musical. Start off real simple, just applying a slide at the position shift. I mean, that's sounding better already, but let's mess about with it a little bit more. Just to quickly explain that, on the way back down what we're doing is skipping over the root and hitting the 9, playing a lovely minor at 9 sound, which will give you some of that instant Asato magic. And changing position in a less common place as well, so the lick isn't quite as predictable. Here's another variation on that, but this time we're going to resolve to E. Of course, it's the flat 3 in a C# minor triad. You might recognise that one from the start of the video. Cool, so where else can we take this idea? Alright, well let's apply it to a chord progression. Say we're going from a C# minor to a G# minor. 1 chord to a 5 chord, a pretty common move. What we could do is change the pentatonic box on the way back down, like this. And if we use the same framework from the previous lick, what else? Well, okay, one last idea. This is quick trick, so I'm trying to keep this as condensed and short as possible. But we could try some of the Eric Jonshton 5s on the way back down. There's a link in the top right there to a much more detailed lesson and breakdown of this particular technique. We could also do it with groups of 6. Or even 7. Just a little group of 4 there to round out the bar. Time for a quick recap. 2-note per string, starting in a less common box. Position shifts, using slides and legato to make it more musical. Don't be afraid to add in the 9th or venture out of said pentatonic box, and try adding in other ideas like Eric's 5s. Cool, so as always I really hope this video has been useful for you guys, both fans of Asato and those looking to get more ideas or chops in the bag. If you stuck around, well done, you're probably in the top 7%ish in terms of attention span, which really is an essential trait for a musician. If you can't concentrate on something for more than a few minutes, it's unlikely you'll ever improve much at all. So concentration is a very good sign indeed, and yeah, I'll pop a link to the Quick Tricks playlist up in the corner there if you want to check that out. Anyway, ideally you got some new licks, tricks and tools to develop and a solid starting point to integrate this type of playing into your own craft. If that has been the case, you've taken something away, you found it informative, want to show support for the channel, give it a wee pop that most notorious of algorithms, please do consider to share, like, comment, enable notifications, or subscribe if you feel so inclined. Cheers, guys.